Welcome to another episode of Gluttons for Geekdom. Today we're going to be talking about Man of Steel, but I am Ric Classic, Bobby Deuce,
and I am Nick James.
How are you guys doing tonight? I'm feeling good. We got 700 likes and 700 followers on our Facebook page. I'm feeling good about life. How about you, Jonathan?
700's a lot. I'm very proud of that. I thank each and every one of you, especially the ones listening to this, all the new ones. Hopefully we're going to keep giving you good stuff.
I'm going to actually compile a list of some of our bigger fans. Like, I'm going to drop names in this episode, but the next time we go live, I'm going to just throw some names out there for people that we don't know that aren't really following us. That we can say, hey, we actually, pay attention to this. Thank you for giving us the support. Yeah. Here's this guy that seems to like all our photos on Instagram. It says VKilmer111. That's great. Fucking fuck that guy. I can deal with him not being a fan. So we just start Val Kilmer from now on. That would be lovely. I want to like Val Kilmer. So hopefully one day we will become friends, like I have been saying on the last few podcasts, and I can put this testament of Val Kilmer behind me.
You really have to just fucking drop it, man.
I like for him to become that sort of friend that hides around the corner and just steps out and kicks you, and I was like, oh, I got you, bro. Yeah, just like the fucking, what is it? The college friend, like, fat you, who's just like, yeah, got you, kicked you in the nuts, we're having fun for some reason. Hopefully, we like doing this is what we like to do. Hopefully he won't be that friend that you see coming, and you're like, fucking Val's coming. Everyone else. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
DC, I don't know why I said that like such a fucking freak. DC Comics, I think.
We're making fun of your voice, DC.
Fuck you guys.
Penetrate you harder, Nicholas.
DC Extended Universe.
The DC Extended Universe. Is it really the Extended Universe? I thought this might be the universe that they're going with as far as the movie. Or Expanded Universe? No, it's Extended Universe, right?
That's, DCEU, yeah, they call it their Extended Universe.
Oh, okay, good, yeah, all right. So that starts with Man of Steel back in 2013. Do you have a reason as to why they're calling it that?
Just to give it a label so you know that it's not the Nolan-verse. So you know that it's not the television verse. I don't think that those crossovers, so you know it's not a representation of the comics on the big screen as much as the characters.
I guess I'm thinking
I think it's literally just a label.
I guess I'm thinking of it in terms of the Marvel movies, and they call the Marvel calls it the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which the cinematic could easily be interchanged for extended. All right, so let's get on to topic here. Yeah, so I guess it starts with Man of Steel in 2013, and that's when we first get the Henry Cavill Superman as Clark Kent and all that, correct?
Yeah, and I think it's long, and for the time, it's exactly what they needed to put out to say, it's in a sense, if you listen to our Marvel, it's their Iron Man of this is the universe. This is how they say it's our lens, if you will. This is how it's going to go.
Can I say that DC did it very well for their flagship character for this cinematic universe, being their actual flagship character for their comic books? I think it's the best movie out of all the movies released so far for this universe. Yeah, but is it as good as the Iron Man movie that Marvel released for their first movie that you're comparing it to? I don't know. What's your... You think it was as good as Iron Man? As far as... this is how I feel. Iron Man and Man of Steel are two completely different movies going for completely different things. Mm-hmm. Iron Man feels like a ride. Well, Man of Steel feels like a story that they're telling you. Like, as far as Iron Man goes, I was like, hey, he's up and down, swoops left and right, and then he's got the suit now, and then he's flying around. This is fun. I enjoyed this. Boom, movie's over. I was like, wow, that was great. Whereas as far as Superman goes, I'm just sitting here, I'm watching, and I'm absorbing the story. Like, I feel like as far as DC goes, they have a more serious tone to their movies they're putting out here, which is what's off-putting about what they're doing with the Justice League thing with Batman, and like it seemed with him like gathering the crew and shit, because it seems like he's just doing what Marvel's doing now as far as a lot of their movies are concerned. Nick, where do you fall on this? Did you like Iron Man or Man of Steel better?
Iron Man. But
Yeah,
that's for that universe. So, but I agree with Bobby. But it's just the term of like it's not a better way. A way that I think about it in terms of it is like Iron Man is going to get your favorite fast food, you know. Mm-hmm. Whereas Man of Steel is, you have to get dressed up and go to a certain restaurant, and it's a longer experience. But at the end of the day, it's an experience all in and of itself. It's a completely different. It's going to TGI Fridays versus going to a nice sit-down meal in the city or something like that. It's just you can't compare the two. But at the end of the day, you're full.
But so you're calling Iron Man the TGI Fridays?
Yeah, it's fun. It's poppy. There's stuff up on the wall. People are saying fun stuff, zipping around, and you're like, yeah.
I might have to explain it this way. As far as Iron Man goes, you could probably just throw it on and watch the movie whenever. Like, if you're just flipping through the channels, you see Iron Man over there, it's like, oh, shut up. I'll pop on some Iron Man. But Man of Steel, you might need to be in the mood for it. Fair enough.
It's a journey.
I'll say this. I was really happy with both Iron Man and Man of Steel that they started with action right away. Mm-hmm. Like, I was so pleasantly surprised by Jarrell. Yeah. Like, I was still thrown back by Russell Crowe as him. I love that he has hand skills. Yeah, like his hand I was not expecting that at all. Like, Superman is badass. And he's a great fighter, but like, to me in my mind, I wasn't expecting his father to be such a badass as well. Like, I was really impressed with that opening sequence. What's actually great about the way they painted in Man of Steel. But I'm going to go on the record and say that I actually prefer Man of Steel over Iron Man. Okay. Because, I prefer the meal that you have to prepare for to eat. It's the steak dinner as opposed to the cheeseburger. I prefer steak dinners, but I have been known to put back a few cheeseburgers.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a great analogy for us, because of course everybody would, but like the terms of having to get ready for it, like you said, Bobby, to be in the mood, to go for the experience, it's not as easy as just rolling up in freaking t-shirt and shorts and like, it's after 10, let me get those half-price appetizers, like, let me get those Marvel movies, they're just popping right now. And you could take a lot of them at once, but no, if you sit down and you really watch Man of Steel, at the end, you're full. You're just like, damn, that was great.
But was it the filet mignon? Okay. Yes, it was the filet mignon. You shut your fucking mouth. You don't badmouth Man of Steel. Not badmouthing it. Okay, so I forgot what I was actually really talking about. I mean, we were talking about Jarrell, and then what I was getting at is that they have a fighting style, Krypton. Okay, that's what Jarrell is using, and that's where you see him do that other crazy stuff. As far as if you go back to the Superman animated series, you actually have to learn some sort of martial arts to take down one of his foes and stuff. And then you get later on in that movie, you get what's his name, Zod. I trained for millions of years. I was born for this type of shit. Where did you train? On a farm. And Superman really isn't such a hardcore fighter that he can do that type of stuff. He just has powers. He's had powers his entire fucking life.
powers that make him better than anybody out there. If you look at the old Christopher Reeve movies, him as a kid in the first movie, he's over here lifting up a car for like, that's how the kids were introduced to him. So he's had these powers for this amount of time. To learn that Krypton actually military and a fighting system and how they do combat with other people, it's cool. It gives Krypton a bit more depth. Sure, the fighting system looks similar to what we do here on Earth, but they're also humans, so I guess it's gonna look similar as well. Human looking. They're not human, they're Kryptonians.
I think that too played out in the IHOP scene with Ursa. And she's
Yes.
like, she's just catching and throwing him around. And all he's really doing is throwing a good old Kansas haymaker, you know? Just, I got one punch that's going to come up over my head, and I freaking hope to God it lands. And she sees it coming a mile away and catches and judos or jujitsus or whatever it is to take the momentum of the other and throw, and they wrecked that man's IHOP.
I mean, even if you go back to the fight scene with him and Zod, like Zod, these moves are his. These are the moves I'm going to use on your father. Your father was like as bad as you are at fighting. And like Superman's like, I just wanted to punch you once. He's like throwing a really wide punch, and Zod's just like bop bop bop, knocks him back.
Yeah, on the topic of Zod, I thought Michael Shannon did a really good job.
I think he did a fantastic job.
And I really liked just how they did the character in general. He's fucking ruthless, just hardcore. Why he's going to do anything he needs to do to accomplish his goal and what he needs to do. And I appreciated that as a foil to Superman.
I would say that as far as Zod goes, he's what Heath Ledger's Joker was to me. Just like a actor who really pulled off the character that I wanted to see more from but couldn't. They wrote him off, and they wrote Zod off, and Heath Ledger just died.
So yeah, it's funny the way you said that. It reminds me, that's how I feel the Harvey Dent from Dark Knight. I feel like just fucking spastic as Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have done more with him. I know they said he died, but like they could have definitely played it off like he did. Kept working him out.
I mean, come on. Come on, dude. You're a lucky man, but he's not. Who? Your driver. Bam.
It is. That's a really great scene. You said if I told you, I said it wouldn't hurt your chances.
What happened?
Sorry, when he's driving, like he flips the coin. And he said, "You said it wouldn't, you wouldn't kill me." He said, "I said it wouldn't hurt your chances." And it's like because they're always 50-50. Two-Face.
That's like they did his character very well in Dark Knight. I did think that they may have gone a little overboard with like his look, but you know what? Fuck it. I was engrossed in the movie by that point in the movie.
True.
And they like drop his character at all.
So there's a scene in the movie where where Gordon is telling him how are we supposed to explain this? And there's like 5 dead, 2 cops, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to figure it out, and I was like, it doesn't add up, right? The math isn't correct. Like there's something I'm missing. In the scene where he gets in the car, right?
Yeah.
If you pay attention really closely to the one side of the screen, he pulls someone out of the car before he gets in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So someone else is supposed to be in the car next to the Falcone, I guess that's his name, right? Or is it Baroni, right? Someone else is supposed to be in the car with him.
No, I think it's Falcone, actually.
No, Falcone's from the first movie, isn't it? And then he's Baroni. And Falcone's from...
we could debate about it.
Any which way. If you pay attention really closely, in the side of the screen when he's getting in the car, you see him yank someone else out of the car, which I didn't notice. I seen the movie like a million times, and then I finally saw it.
Yeah, no, I actually caught that they're actually supposed to be in the car. I think that's why, like, Carmine Falcone or Salvatore Maroni. Salvatore. I know that because for some reason, I'm like, Salvatore's a weird name, and I like it. But it's Salvatore Moroni who's sitting in the car. He looks over there. He accepts that there's a person that's supposed to be sitting next to him.
Yeah, he turns
but
to
then,
talk to somebody.
Yeah, but then he finds out that it's not the person that he thought it was going to be.
Right. I just never saw the person get yanked out of the car until I paid really close attention to that scene beforehand.
Did you mean to say, though, like when we were talking about General Zod, when you were like, I just like how they did his character in general? I've been meaning to bring that up. I was like, is that supposed to be a joke or not?
No, it was an unintentional play on words, but it did work out very well. I'll allow it.
I mean, like I said, as far as like with Heath Ledger as a Joker, like they played their role really, really well.
And Lois Lane, really for that matter, too. I can't forget Amy Adams, why we're going to be there for a second. She was somebody who I wouldn't say I was iffy. I was just like, all right. I had no idea what was going to go on when I walked into that thinking of her as this. Because when I thought of her at the time, she was just in Enchanted, which is a Disney kind of crossover where it's like she's a princess and she's just very, very dainty, and my hands are up and just and it's I don't know. I didn't know how she was gonna do like ballsy ass Lois Lane. And she brings it up in Batman v Superman, the General, and it's so perfect because it's exactly who she is. And he says to her, because she's in the men's room, he's like, do you know what? With balls like yours, you should be in this room. And that is who Lois Lane needed to be. So when she showed up, too, like when we first saw her in Man of Steel up in the ice, right?
Yeah.
And, like, she said, we weren't expecting you till tomorrow. And she said, that's why I came today. I was sold. I was like, she's cool. And then again, I think she says in the same scene something to the effect of like, if we're done measuring dicks now, can I just go to my room? And it's like, this is great. I love Lois Lane here.
I saw Enchanted, and I knew Amy Adams was a pretty good actress, but I wasn't sure that she was going to be able to pull off Lois Lane, like you were saying. And I didn't really think beforehand that she was going to do a good job. I was really pleasantly surprised at how well she did the character and how it came out.
When like thinking about Amy Adams as far as her being Lois Lane, I can't really give you any sort of like examples as to why I felt this way. But I had gotten used to them just like using like as far as movies goes with the comic books, them using odd choices for certain characters. Like I was expecting Lois Lane to be like a tall brunette who just in your face, and Amy Adams, yeah, sure, she stood up for herself, but she still seemed really human. There was something really human about her, redhead, and I'm just like, not my first choice for Lois Lane, but she sells it. She sells it as a character.
When I think of Lois Lane, I actually think of Terry Hatcher, which is probably not a good thing.
Yeah, like a person, someone who looks like that.
Yeah.
I agree. That's exactly, no, I wouldn't say that's wrong, because that's exactly who my first real on-screen incarnation that I can remember thinking is like Terry Hatcher. And just wearing pantsuits and, you know, getting to the bottom of things, but still being like, oh, Superman. I freaking loved that show, guys. Have you watched it recently? Like, in your quote-unquote adult years? The Adventures of Lois and Clark?
I actually haven't watched that show at all.
You never watched it at all? I definitely watched it, and I liked it a lot. I didn't watch it through to its completion, and I haven't watched it in my adult years, but that would be something good to check out. Is it on Netflix or Hulu or anything at this point?
I think I watched it maybe on Amazon. I don't remember where I had access to it for a short time, but I did indeed. And, like, even if you just, I'm pretty sure you could probably at least just get the pilot off of YouTube. At least. And for what it was, I mean, it was the same kind of thing as 70s Hulk in the fact that it was really a lot about them, but every 10 minutes, at 10, 15 minutes, you'd get actual real action. Like, real kind of like, whoa, did you see that? He was really super. If not, you know, he was in the suit a lot though. And like the first scene, like the first episode, he like does the whole walk up the wall and across the ceiling and down just because he's Superman and he's thinking about something, you know?
That's cool.
It's well worth it.
It was a good show.
I mean, 90. Just watch it remembering the time. And yes, it was a good show.
Okay.
I'm not saying, you have to go out buy it right now because it's going to change your fucking world, Bobby Deuce, but if you could sit and take it for what it was, yeah, hell yeah, it's good.
Because I'm like, I enjoyed it. This is how I feel. Like, I got on record by saying Spider-Man's my favorite character, Superman's my favorite DC superhero, and looking at Superman, he is the easiest character in the world to just fuck up. Like, if you try to make some sort of story with Superman, it's like, you can really, like, throw shit at a fan and it backfire at you, and you think, like, wow. For some reason, I thought throwing shit at a fan would be a good idea. Because if you look at, like, Superman Returns and stuff, that's like, that movie is the reason why I don't like him in that costume with the underwear and shit. Like, because it could have been a good movie. Superman, it takes place a little bit after Superman's been Superman for a really long time. He's got a relationship with Lois Lane. There's a future for Superman that they're dealing with, and they fucking dropped the ball. Why is Lex Luthor acting this way? Why is he so fucking... Why is he, like... Who played him in the Keanu Reeves movies?
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves. Christopher Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is in a different spot.
I was just thinking about Keanu Reeves in the suit, just going, I don't know.
Character at some point too, as well, though.
Gene Hackman.
Oh, we must not Hackman.
Why is he acting like doing the Gene Hackman version of Lex Luthor?
Because that's when the time period
It was
is.
Lex Luthor on screen.
But that's what the time period is. Bryan Singer went on record saying this is like you said, Superman's been Superman because this isn't a reboot as much as a Superman 3 without it being chronologically. They don't count Superman 3 or A Quest for Peace. He's saying, right after when Superman 2 ends and he does the power switcheroo, he says, I gotta leave. I took care of these Kryptonians. There could be more. I've got to go double check. He kisses Lois. She forgets what's going on in the world, Jimmy, and he fucking flies off, and that's what's going on in the world. And then he comes back saying, I found nothing. You have my love child. You didn't say anything about the possible rape that happened because you don't remember loving me because I kissed the memory out of you, and the movie ends.
The possible rape.
You know what? If they're going to do that, then get Christopher Reeves back in there to play Superman.
The man can't walk.
The man can't do anything, sir. He's past.
You can't do it anymore. It's done. Do something new.
Yeah, that's why the movie sucked, and he was a moody, emo Superman. That's why we have Cavill there. Because that guy he dropped the ball, man. I don't know.
This is completely unrelated, but you guys keep saying drop the ball, and either one of you are probably going to know what I'm talking about, but in 1998, there was a skit between the corporation and D-Generation X where they made fun of Shawn Michaels dropping the ball, and this guy literally kept dropping the ball over and over again. You dropped the ball, good Shawn. I can't, every time you guys say it, I'm sorry, I just had to throw it out there.
Yeah, I don't know, it's good. I've never seen, like, Lois and Clark. I liked what Henry Cavill was doing. I didn't like what Brandon Routh, not Brandon Routh, but what Bryan Singer was doing with his Superman Returns. A big contention that I have with a lot of these movies that are coming out is that some of these terrible movies about characters that I like have great scenes that just can't be used again.
Explain.
Like with Superman and Superman Returns and him stopping the fucking jet. Great scene. It was him just going through his powers and be like, this isn't working. this isn't working. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Wow, I'm Superman, and it's kind of hard for me to actually stop this jet from crashing into the earth. What the fuck can I fucking do? And he's going through, like, his powers. Going through things that he can do, and it's not working. And then you get to see, and then you see, like, later on in the movie, him being Superman, just stopping, like, catastrophes that are going off. Like, he claps to stop the fire thingy. He catches the Daily Planet globe thing. You get to see him take a bullet in the eye. Those are cool scenes. Why isn't Henry Cavill doing any of these? Because they've already been done.
I mean, he could do them, but he's only been in the 2 movies so far. So
I mean, like, would you want to see that again?
Technically,
Would you really want to see that again? And yeah, they killed him off.
I would like to see it done better. Yeah, I would.
Not done better, but done again.
Yeah, with Henry Cavill. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Would you mind seeing that, Nick?
Yes.
You wouldn't mind seeing it? You don't want to see it?
Well, it's the same contention that I always have when any of these movies come out and they say, well, that's not how they did it in the comics. And it's like, well, that's fucking great. Somebody already did it. I don't want to see that again. I already paid once to see that. So Bobby Deuce is right. If I see Henry Cavill going through Metropolis using his heat vision to break up glass, well, before he claps out a fire and catches the thing, I'm just going to be like, well, that scene was already great. What? I don't need that shit again. Just superimpose it next time, you know? So I understand where he's coming from. Like, we don't need that again. And I will never want to see the Daily Planet literally on Henry Cavill's back, because I'll always think of that Brandon Routh scene. And because that scene is so solid, it'll have to live up to that. And living up to that is stupid because that movie sucked.
Well, let me ask you a question then, Nick. I understand where you're coming from, and I certainly can see your point about it. But so if I were to tell you, they're going to take all the people who are playing the characters they're playing right now, and they're going to make an Injustice movie based off of the game. Would you want to see that movie or no?
Based off of the game? You mean in that universe of the game?
That storyline.
Well, do you know
shot for shot? Line for line? Dialogue?
Do you know the storyline of Injustice, period?
Yeah.
Right, so would you want to see that turn into a movie? Like with the present people playing these DC characters? I would want to see that. I think it would be really great because I really enjoyed the storyline, and it wasn't a live action, it was a video game, so I would want to see it. Would you want to see something like that or no?
But what I was asking is like a shot for shot? Like a literal storyline?
I mean, yeah, if they made it into that, something similar to that, yeah.
In terms of I'll answer it with a different kind of, just to stay open. How about that?
All right.
I would be open for a non-canon movie just to come in and be like, well, isn't this great? Superman killed somebody and now the world's under this and this is what's happening, and end it and not have to build or ask questions. Yeah, I'd love to see that. But I don't want to see a whole storyline building to that.
Well, okay, this is what I feel. Like, as far as DC goes, like, one of their favorite characters to turn evil is Superman because he's so fucking powerful. And it's always a very compelling storyline because you have this guy who's essentially a god turning into an evil dude, and then now he's like wreaking havoc all over the fucking world. But the thing is, now he doesn't do it physically, he just does it as a dictator. So now everybody has to be like, oh shit, how do we take down Superman? Oh shit, how do we take down Superman? Oh shit, how do we take down Superman? And of course, Batman is the guy who's like, we have to take down Superman, and here's the plan. And that's how Injustice actually plays out.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the storyline. I wouldn't mind seeing these characters played out. I know that's not going to happen, but Injustice 2 is coming out in May. Is anyone excited about that?
I am. I love Injustice.
I do like those games, because if you listen to my contention with other games, I don't know where to go and what to do, and this one's just a beat-em-up game, and I can play it at a very easy level. So It's literally just like boom, 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 and I'm done fighting the guy, and I get to use the powers, and it's over, and I put down my controller, and I'm just like, all right, what's going on next? So there's there's stuff to do. It's obviously a fighting game, but it is more story driven. That's why, yeah, I do know the first one. Yes, I'm excited. But see, like, that's another one I know that I don't use to my full potential. Because I see all the time, like, if you buy this shit early, you can get this person to play with. And I'm sure now, even with the one that's old, I'm sure there's characters on there that I can get now for free and play the game over in a whole new way, unknown to me, and I have absolutely zero way. I don't know anything about that.
There's so many things that you can lock. Like with Superman, you can lock his New 52. You can lock his Man of Steel outfit.
Yeah, they have General Zod.
They have General Zod. They have Man of Steel, General Zod. They have Lobo in it.
Oh my god!
Scorpion. Like, there's so many characters. One of
playing a Scorpion, by the way. He's from Mortal Kombat games. It's the same people who make the game. He's like, if you play against any of the characters in Injustice with Scorpion, it's not fair. He fucking crushes it.
his moveset is set for Mortal Kombat,
Right,
not
yeah.
for Injustice.
Yeah, it's fantastic though.
How many characters in that game actually do like a teleport dealy?
I'm not sure. I think it's more than usual, I would say, because there's so many, like, I know Lex Luthor does it in some type of way, shape, or form.
I know Flash does.
One of them, like, I think Bane or somebody has, like, Goro's exact moveset, or, like, most of them, you know what I mean? Exact thing with one or two arms.
Okay. All right, so what else do we have on the DC docket?
Well, I think that if we're done with Man of Steel, that brings us to Batman vs. Superman. But I do want to just touch on one thing back in Man of Steel there. I liked how at the end, so when he's fighting Zod, Superman and Zod, he really doesn't want to kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to kill Zod. Zod basically forces him to. You know what I mean? Like, leaves him no other choice.
And he does it.
Yeah, I mean, he has to do what he has to do. I feel like Batman, I'm not sure that Batman would do it even if he had to do it, you know what I mean? But Superman does what he has to do. But I thought it was interesting how Zod just forced him to kill him, you know?
Yeah, as far as, like, Batman and Superman are concerned, like, I don't think Batman's been in a sort of situation where, like, this is it.
Killing is a choice.
I'm going to kill these people. You can't stop me because I'm proving right now as I'm doing it that you can't stop. Stop.
You don't think the Joker's done that to him?
Well, the Joker said killing is a choice. In the Dark Knight, the Nolanverse, he makes him choose between saving Harvey Dent or saving Rachel Dawes. And, you know, then he lies to him about who's where. So he ends up saving Harvey Dent when he was really going to save Rachel Dawes.
Well,
He tells him killing is a choice.
the whole thing about Batman's character is that he's supposed to be incorruptible. So people are going trying to make him choose to kill, regardless of the situation.
He won't kill.
Yes, choose to kill. As far as like Zod was concerned, he didn't care what Superman's objectives, his agendas were, what he wanted. He was going to kill these people. Superman, you're here. You can stop me. Do it, regardless. I don't care. You can, if you want to stop me, stop. But I'm doing what I'm doing now because I want to. And what happened was Superman had to kill him. Because Zod wasn't trying to fuck with him like Joker does with Batman. Zod was just trying to do something to, like, that was it. That's the last thing he could do in that fight. Like, Superman fought him to a standstill. He had him in a headlock, and Zod was like, if you want to fucking, like, if you love these people so much, mourn for them.
Sound effects watching apart my body juice.
And that's what kind of happened. Superman snapped his fucking neck because, like, I don't want him to kill these people. It was like I like that. That's how the movie ended. That's how Superman took Zod down. Superman is also supposed to be incorruptible, like Batman, but to a lesser degree. He's supposed to want to help people. He's supposed to want to keep people alive. But in his first time being a superhero in this universe, he has to kill the bad guy. And about that movie, it's just he snaps his neck and then just does that shout. Because he was feeling that moment. He's like, I didn't want to do that. Bobby's not having sex, we promise. And then he gets a hug by Amy Adams, and he's like face deep in her coon. Her coon.
I was gonna say I don't believe you used no.
I was like, what? I think that's a racist term. I don't think that's what you meant.
Her cooch. Her cooch.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So what do you think then for BVS? You
What
said
happened?
it's hard to put Superman in a story, not make it bad. So like, what do you think for Batman v Superman in terms? Let's face it at 3 different levels then, because in my opinion, it's 3 different types of movies, or they tried to make it.
Okay.
They tried to make a Superman sequel, so let's talk about it in terms of that first. As a straight up sequel to Man of Steel only.
As a straight up sequel to Man of Steel only.
How do you feel?
They had Superman in there. They had a lot of scenes where you get to see him feel, and then he throws himself at the enemy and he dies. Fine, it's great.
I think as a Superman sequel, yeah, or as a Man of Steel sequel, excuse me.
It's not bad.
No, you get the returning characters, you get the same feel, you get more of who they are, what they're doing. You know, we get more Perry White in this, which I think is great because I love to watch some Lawrence Fishburne go. Amy Adams again comes back. That same general guy comes back, and we build upon that. And like you said, yeah, we watch Superman grow even more, and to watch him stand there in the burning Capitol building as it blows up around him is like, damn. And then you're right, he sacrificed himself. So in terms of that, I give it an A.
I'm going to say my contention with this movie is that it does seem like a Superman sequel. I am a big Batman fan, and the title Batman vs. Superman indicated to me that I was going to get an equal amount of Batman as I would Superman, but I felt like it was Batman cameoing in a Superman movie, and the focus wasn't on Batman. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know why I read that, or why I have an explanation?
Go for it.
Batman v Superman, it is Batman bringing the complaint to Superman. Superman's the defendant. So that's why his name's not first. That's why Batman's name comes first. That's why it's not a Superman versus Batman movie. Because up until that point, you know, he was fine. It was Superman who found out about the branding and was like, yo, what the, like, we got to do something about this guy. And
This is
Batman
the
brought
debut
it
of
to
Ben
him.
Affleck
Like,
as Batman, right?
what?
This is the debut of Ben Affleck as Batman, correct?
Yes, I want to say. I actually want to say a few things. I enjoy the fact that in this universe, Batman has been Batman for a while and has stopped being Batman while Man of Steel took place. I thought, I like just really thinking back about it, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They already have a superhero going out there doing things.
Well, he's not a superhero. He doesn't have any superpowers, but he is a hero.
I didn't
I
think,
guess that's
wait,
why they
was
use
he
the term
completely out of
vigilante.
commission?
What happened?
He was completely out of commission?
Actually, the way I feel that they want to portray Batman and Batman versus Superman is that he was not Batman for a while. Like him losing Robin did something to him, but they just didn't do that.
So you're reading between the lines with this interpretation.
That's what I'm doing. I'm reading between the lines because he already exists. Ben Affleck has some gray in his fucking hair. He's been Batman for a while. He's already lost a comrade while fighting and shit. Thinking is that he's been Batman for a while, and Superman just comes along. He's been doing his Batman thing, and then now this guy who can fly in the air and do everything that I can do, but better is over here just destroying shit. Fuck that. I'm taking a complaint to you, as Nick would say.
It is kind of messed up that the whole movie is based, or like exacerbated by the fact that Batman and Superman don't trust each other, and that's really what causes the whole conflict. You know?
Yeah.
All right, so let's bring that to point 2 then, and then we already kind of got Rick's opinion by that. Is I feel like the opposite of you then, Rick, in the fact that I wanted just a straight up Superman sequel, and like to have Batman's name in it was kind of like, oh, okay, so we are going to do this. And then They tried to make it its own Batman movie, because even then, there's still a lot of Batman in it. It's not 50-50, but even like a 70-30 is still like, that's a lot of split for that.
I mean, Batman versus Superman indicates it's going to be equal.
Yeah, no, that's...
I actually say it's
didn't enjoy
60-40.
that when it was coming out. I didn't like the name.
I say it's 60-40 as far as Batman versus Superman goes, because you did get that little other world thing where he's like a fucking, I don't know what he is, but he's fighting the parademons.
Yeah, the Dark Knight sequence. Yeah,
like that scene. That was a complete Batman scene. It was all about Batman doing his Batman thing, fighting Superman's regime.
I mean, I don't know. I'm more inclined to go with Nick's 70-30 cut of it. But because I'm such a Batman fan, and I'm not, like, Superman is your favorite DC character, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you've been indicating. Batman is my favorite DC character, so
yes.
I want to see more Batman. And I didn't get what I wanted. So, and the storyline...
I think don't like Superman might be...
Well, I don't dislike Superman. I'm just not... I don't have a hard-on for him like you do, that's all.
Okay.
The hard-on level is not the same for Superman on my side. My dick's the kryptonite.
Okay.
You just get half-masked for him?
What happened?
Just get half-masked for him, not full
Right,
stuffing?
exactly. It's not full chub, you know what I'm saying, for Superman. But, the bat's really get it going.
Yeah, silly.
He makes your Dark Knight rise.
Yeah. Speaking of Dark Knight, how do we feel about Ben Affleck as Batman, as Bruce Wayne, and versus Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne?
I love it. I'm tired of Christian Bale. I was over it by the third one. I wanted the change. I got my change. He is bigger and badder and smarter.
So how about this? How would you feel if they replaced Christian Bale with Ben Affleck as Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy?
I wouldn't like it.
No, because they made Batman just too earnest, too questioning, like trying to still figure shit out in those movies.
Well, I mean, that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, but this guy's the fucking Batman. Like he's done. He is the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it this way, we're still seeing him becoming the Batman as these movies are going on, because not too much time passes from when he, bounces to do his training with Ra's al Ghul to Ra's al Ghul to him fighting Bane. Like, not too much time passes in those movies.
Yeah, no, 8 years pass.
Yeah.
He's not Batman.
In my opinion, 8 years is not a long time for you to be a fucking vigilante knight, fighting crime, throwing ninja stars around, and really just taking beatings.
It's a long time for your body to get the shit kicked out of it for fucking 8 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it has to weigh on his mind every single day, and he's probably like put off so many questions that he's trying to ask himself every day.
If I'm being honest, at this point, until we get a full Batman movie with Ben Affleck, like a Batman movie, which doesn't look like it's in production at this point, so I'm going to say we're not going to see it for a while.
That's probably going to be the Justice League movie.
I'm going to say he falls right in the middle for me. Because of when I was born, Michael Keaton gets the nod for me. I do like Christian Bale as a close second. I'll put Ben Affleck as third, George Clooney as fourth, and Val Kilmer is motherfucking last.
And Val Kilmer is motherfucking never.
And I'll just give Adam West whatever, like forever credentials.
I'd take Adam West over Val Kilmer any day.
Well, yeah. I'd take fucking Get Chicken over Val Kilmer. Let's not get there. While we're on the topic of chicken, and you can cut this if you want, that Georgia Gold chicken from KFC is actually worth going there for. And I'm not for KFC, that's white people chicken. But however, it was quite tasty, the Georgia Gold.
KFC, if you're listening to this, you just got yourself a free Free endorsement. You guys are good.
Feel free to endorse us as well, KFC.
There you go. We may have gotten ourselves a sponsor.
KFC for G4G. That's all I'm
We're gonna have to at the cast, like after we finish this episode, like KFC fucking sucks.
Usually I'm not a big fan of it, but this Georgia gold sauce that they put on the chicken is fantastic. It's cool.
No, if they endorsed us, like those famous bowls, you would just see, like my chair right now, it's one of those big chairs, you know, so I could easily probably fit another person here. But no, imagine me filling the whole thing, just KFC bowls all around me, just, Gluttons for Geekdom, I get KFC. And then I just fucking die, and they cut me open and I'm just gravy. They're like, his blood is actually gravy. It's crazy. His cells are mashed potatoes. He is just KFC. That would be the best, worst thing of my life.
Yo, did you ever see the episode of South Park where Cartman's like addicted to the fucking chicken skin?
No.
Yeah, you gotta see it. It's fucking hilarious. He's like snorting it. And he's so addicted to it. Like, if he goes to get KFC, so they're smuggling it into the state and shit. And instead of selling it for the huge profit that they can make, he's like using it as a drug pretty much because he's addicted to it.
Oh, but that's also the one. That's the B plot. The A plot for that one is the Randy sticking his balls in the microwave.
But I mean, it's still hilarious.
Yeah, well, I know because I've seen snippets for the ball one, like when they're bouncing on their balls and like. I've seen that. So yeah, no, I think I know what you're talking about. He's like working for the underground chicken railroad almost. Like, gotta smuggle this through.
Harry Tubman's rolling in your grave. Thanks.
But
wow. Okay. So as far as Ben Affleck being a Bruce Wayne and him like. How do you think he plays Bruce Wayne compared to the way Christian Bale did it? And if you put Ben Affleck in Christian Bale's role as Batman for the Dark Knight trilogy, how do you...
Not going to work for me. Ben Affleck cannot play in the Dark Knight in the Nolanverse Batman. It doesn't work for me. I don't know what... I get what Nick's saying about him being inquisitive, but that's how they wanted the character to be. I don't really have a problem with Christian Bale's Batman. The only thing I didn't like about that Batman, I felt like it did an over effect on his voice when he was in the suit.
Yeah.
I understand that, you know, it can be different or deeper, but, you know, over the top.
Where are the other drugs going?
Yeah,
not everything.
No.
Like, yeah, that was one of my biggest problems with him. Okay, another problem that I have with Batman is his suit.
Which movie?
I always have problems with the suit. The only time I really like Batman's suit, and any time I've seen Batman on the TV screen, was in Batman Begins. Because number one, okay, yeah, he still had the chest muscle looking thing, but he didn't have abs there. You're not a Spartan gladiator. You don't need fucking abs anymore on your suit. If you're doing it for intimidation, fuck it. You're a guy who runs around dressed as a bat. I don't like seeing Batman with intentional abs on the suit.
Plated abs, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, plated abs, and as well as nipples, as you saw in
Schumacher's.
Your favorite Batman movie, Nick.
Let me be clear on something really quick, because I think that we could have had a communication on the quote-unquote my Batman.
Okay.
If you grew up in the 60s, Adam West is your Batman. That was your way into the Bat. That doesn't mean that you can't have a favorite Batman, or that means that he's forever your, like, it just means that Val Kilmer was my way to the Bat. So, because of that, he is my Batman.
Kilmer.
He
I don't
has
care.
to have
You're
that
wrong.
respect.
I'm actually going to just sit here and say that you're wrong.
I'm going to say if I grew up in an era where Val Kilmer was my Batman, I probably wouldn't be alive right now.
He probably wouldn't like Batman.
He was my way in. He was the
I
first.
wouldn't be alive because Batman
wouldn't be a savior for me, and I probably would have off myself because Val Kilmer's so fabulous.
But no offense, sir, we have to also remember the age difference. I was 5 when that came out.
Right, and I was hoping that when you were 5, you were smart enough to know that Michael Keaton was better than Val Kilmer.
No, a 5-year-old didn't get it. I was
he
5.
still had the chest and abs. I'm sorry. My Batman is the guy who is
Fabulous.
abless. He's a guy who's prepared for a situation. He's a guy you can't beat no matter how hard you try.
So is Adam West your Batman, Larry? Because he's Atlas, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, well, no. Fucking no. No, I mean, like, it's a tough one. I mean, like, Christian Bale had the right suit, but Batman Begins. I don't think I really have a Batman.
He's Batman-less. You know why? Because he thinks he's Batman. He vigilante. He fights fire around Crawford, New Jersey.
That used to be my nickname for, like, Rick used to call me Batman all the time.
You should just disappear in the middle of the night. You don't want to know where he went. You wouldn't tell us.
I'm my own Batman. That's my Batman. My Batman is me. Yeah, whatever.
He's the darkest night.
But, yeah, the issue that I'm getting at with as far as the suit goes is that one of the best stories for Batman, and it's critically acclaimed, and anybody who's like, yeah, you want to read a Batman story, you read this one. The Killing Joke. At one point in that story, Joker has his fucking chest flower that shoots acid. It shoots acid on Batman, lands on his suit, and it burns part of his suit away. You can tell that Batman's just wearing spandex. Come on! You're Batman. Why are you wearing spandex? Why are you not prepared for acid shooting on you? You're Batman. You have a contingency plan for everything. You can take down the Justice League. People can get your plans to take down the Justice League. Like, why? Why is acid a big deal for you? Like, I don't like that. I don't like a Batman who doesn't at least look like he's prepared for a certain situation. Don't run out there in spandex. I don't want to see your underwear. Have some sort of like armor-looking thing on. I was not happy with the Dark Knight Returns look for Christian Bale. Not Christian Bale, but Ben Affleck. But it did look like he might have some sort of armor plating on under that. Some sort of new wave.
It looked like a very sturdy material that was placed around his godlike body, which has abs and pecs and biceps, but it was adhered to him. It wasn't placed on top of him.
Well, the thing is, when I look at his outfit as far as his Batman goes, I think, and I know it's like he put those pecs and abs on there on purpose, and I don't like that. It just doesn't. It's why.
No.
Explain that.
Did you see that freaking training video? That's all him.
No, that's not all him. That's not all him. He is so much bigger in that suit than he is.
It's not spandex, you're right, but it's also not plating. It's material, but it's not...
Material that he used, that he made look like muscle. If you don't...
I don't agree.
Why are you making it look like muscle?
I don't agree. I think that he has those muscles.
No, I know that he doesn't have those muscles. We saw him train. He doesn't have those muscles.
Which ones are you talking about that you didn't see in that training?
In his suit. His Dark Knight Returns suit from Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, we're clear on that. What muscles are you seeing on the suit that you don't see on his body?
The muscles of the suit. The muscles of the suit. The suit looks like it's made of durable material, but it's fashioned to look like muscle. And in my opinion, it doesn't make sense why he would choose to do that. He runs around dressed as a bat. That's how he intimidates people. One of my biggest things is, like, superhero outfits. That's why, like I'm a huge fan of New 52 Superman, and when you told me that they just changed his costume back, I'm just like, oh,
oh, and like his outfit looks for the Superman they have now in the DCU universe. I think he looks cool, but I really like that collar, and I like that his suit now. It makes it look like his muscles pop, like he's a big dude. I think that's cool. I think that's good for Superman at least. But for some reason, Batman looks bigger than him.
Have you seen the? I'll try to find it and post it again. Somebody took a still frame from Man of Steel and redid it in 4 different fashions. So they brightened up the colors so it looked all Christopher Reeve. They had the original, and then they put the collar and the cufflinks on the one, and I was like, oh.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I'll try to find it and send it to you. They basically dressed him up in the New 52. They found a way to give him a collar. And
that collar, I need that collar on Superman.
I don't know why such a simple thing like putting a collar on Superman got both of us. It really got you, but what a great idea. Just cover his neck. Just, that's it.
Cover his neck.
That's all it took. Just cover his fucking neck,
I like to think that there was some sort of brainstorming group, and some guy in the back was like, cover his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, he looks awesome.
He looks super.
Yes.
So we got anything else for Batman versus Superman besides the fact that I'm sure all of us like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor? I did love him in the Facebook movie, but
Jesse Eisenberg in this movie stood up for a little bit. I had hope for him when I first saw it. The more I watch it, it's dwindling. I'm really going to have to see their second move. And it all comes from that one scene where he's got Senator over and he's doing the whole weird, and he's tapping his fingers and she grabs his hand and he does this twitch, and this twitch is kind of like, ooh, all right, he didn't like that. Now the way that he responds to that twitch is by blowing her up, which you're like, all right, that might have been an overreaction, but not for Lex Luthor. My opinion should be that's not who Lex Luthor is. That's who the Joker is.
Yes.
You get out of my way. Oh, you don't want to, or you don't do what I say. I'm going to move you out of my way, and I'm usually going to do that with dynamite because that's fun. Lex Luthor would have signed something, did something, called whatever it had to have taken. Not very much time for him, but somebody owed him a favor because he knows this, did that, blah, blah, blah. The strings he could have pulled just to have her show up, smile, with the acceptance of, all right, I have to let your mineral pass. Because some way, you fucking son of a bitch, you Lex Luthor, I don't know how you found out, who told you, what happened, but we're even now. Here's your signed thing. And that's what's missing. There was no brains to it. He just blew people up and wrote little notes with red signs. And
I like to think that Lex Luthor is the type of villain that likes to watch him get over on you.
yes,
So, like Joker, he would have killed her. Lex Luthor, he would have done something and ruined her, and then set it up so that at some point in time they would be face to face. She could look in his face and know that it was him, and know that she couldn't do anything about it.
yeah. There was none of that. And that's especially what you need. Because when you look at the Lex Luthor, the main Lex Luthor in my head is freaking Superman the Animated Series.
And that's the Lex Luthor in my mind that can actually stand up against Superman.
But
Superman doesn't need a Joker. He needs a Lex Luthor.
Yes. And physically, too, the character was drawn that he can look Superman in the eye. That if Superman lost his powers, wasn't super, and it came to a physical fight, Lex Luthor would not only stand a chance, but might actually win. If that were to happen on this Earth, Henry Cavill could still, with no super Kryptonian power, can still pick up Lex and throw him. So the fact that he doesn't have that going for him, and he can't play the smart, conniving angle, all he can really think to do is blow you up. I mean, it's a very simple plan. I'm gonna help the guy with the wheelchair, put bombs in his wheelchair. Like it's, I saw it coming a mile away. You know, the fact that Superman didn't, it's like, come on, you're not a detective, but you're an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
It was just such a simple plan. All of his stuff was simple, yet effective. I don't know. It's he let me. I had hope. I was trying to really make chicken. What is it called? Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
I don't
But
know.
I just can't. I mean, at the end of the day, he is just a little chicken shit. I'm not afraid of him by any extent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like when they announced Jesse Eisenberg as being Lex Luthor, he was like how Amy Adams was. Like I didn't picture them being this character, but I wanted to see how they pulled him off. And the Lex Luthor that they wrote into the movie was not was a good foil against Superman.
Like where Amy Adams succeeded in her low expectations and, surpassed us, impressed us, Jesse Eisenberg failed us. And my casting for Lex Luthor would have been Billy Corgan, the former lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins.
What?
That's like a great Lex Luthor. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I would say that the Lex Luthor and the way Jesse Eisenberg did it, he didn't do it bad. They just used the wrong Lex Luthor for
Right.
it.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, it's not that he played a bad Lex Luthor. He was just scripted poorly, partially.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe prison will do that. Maybe we are still, going back to the suffering through the growth of it. I wanted a Lex Luthor that could do that, but maybe he had to be foiled and go to jail and get his head shaved to become that person. And when he comes back, jail taught me a lot of things, and blah blah blah. And these things are, and
Well, we're
maybe
getting
he'll
the
lose a little
bald
bit.
Lex Luthor now, so.
What?
Is Jesse Eisenberg going to get whited up for the movie?
That'd be great.
I mean, in my opinion, he still needs to be physically imposing as far as Lex Luthor goes.
It helps.
At least in the animated series, he looked physically imposing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then if you want to get into, if you've ever seen Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, he's like juicing on like this steroid kryptonite cocktail, and he gets really big, and his veins are all green, and he's going all crazy. He ends up like grabbing Waller and kissing her because he's all crazy, strung out on drugs. That was a messed up Lex.
I guess my Lex Luthor would be the one who, in All-Star Superman, when he got the powers, and you saw the way he moves around with Superman's powers, and he doesn't fly like Superman. He stands. He's still upright, hands behind his back, and that's how he moves around as he flies, going into the scenes, using his laser beam. Like, I feel like Lex Luthor's personality should lead into that if he were to get Superman's powers.
All right, good call. That's a really good one too. That All-Star Superman.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much going on, and I think the movie, the comic book had so much more going on than the movie did. And the movie had to use what it had, but it was still a good movie. And at the end, just Lex Luthor just understanding Superman. Stroke of genius.
I'm almost positive that's Grant Morrison.
Mm.
And if you said stroke of genius, it probably is.
It's that man. His name comes up a lot when we talk about good things about comic books in general.
Yeah, he really is just a mind blow. I would love to shake that dude's hand. Even if I just waved at him, I'll settle for that. Just, hey, Grant, and just wave and have him turn and just wave back. Just like I waved at Grant Morrison once. He waved back.
Okay, so we've stroked the dick of Batman versus Superman. What about like what we're looking at as far as the Justice League goes, and how they wanted to attach Suicide Squad onto what this universe is, how they're doing it. Because the Ben Affleck Batman was in that movie, and
I say we just touch upon that. We'll come back to Suicide Squad, but in terms of Ben Affleck in that movie, because like all we're gonna do is just shit on Suicide Squad. I'm gonna sit here and try to defend it, and you guys are just gonna make fun of me. And
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad has some bright spots. I mean, it depends on your opinion, but
I
like
think the Ben Affleck spots are definitely the brightest spots in that flick, though. Like nobody, I didn't see that shit coming. Did you? Did you know that he was like 100% going to get as much screen time as he did?
Who?
Affleck.
Wait, did he get that much screen time? I didn't think he got that much screen time.
I thought, like, when I think cameo, I think one scene. And I think, like, the end credit scene, that's all I expected. But he took down Deadshot, he chased Harley and Joker, he got that final scene at the end. Like, that Deadshot scene, I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. It was weird with his daughter crying and everything. But I mean, I like Will Smith as Deadshot. I know some people feel like Will Smith isn't acting; he's just being Will Smith.
I mean, he didn't need his daughter. I feel like I don't like that. It felt like they tried to force that on me too much. I'm like, all right, let Will Smith be Will Smith. Let like Deadshot be Deadshot. I don't need that whole like father-daughter thing, because at the end of the day, as the movie goes on, you saw her at the end again, and for me, I've seen too many Will Smith movies with him as a daughter. It doesn't really like add to the character. It just adds to. This is why Will Smith is acting this way. This is why we put him in this movie, and he like wouldn't agree to do this movie unless he had some sort of kid.
Do you think that's really in his rider?
I was like,
There's no kid in this script.
Or else I won't be in this movie.
So what? That you can say just the two of us.
I mean, I saw Pursuit of Happiness once. I don't need to see it in the Justice League movie or DC movie.
Well, the Justice League movie is what I could say. Like that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, man. That's gonna blow the freaking socks off of everything.
I was excited about how it was suggested at the end of Batman vs Superman not to skip over Suicide Squad, but that ending.
Yeah, he's putting together a team. I mean, like, okay, if we're gonna go back to Batman vs Superman, they just like with what's her face, Wonder Woman being in there.
Yeah.
Awesome scene. Every scene that she was in. She's my Wonder Woman right now. I want to see what she can do. At no point in my life have I ever cared about Wonder Woman until now. And then you have
Yeah, that's what happened there.
well, yeah. Then we have Khal Drogo as fucking Aquaman.
That's gonna be so good.
I'm like with like. He's like Aquaman is one of the most underrated badass characters out there, and it's because like there's a stigma about him being lame.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like Aquaman is now he should be getting his time, and they're doing it. I do have some issues with what's his face is the Flash's suit. Because the Flash, to me, is like Superman, where if I saw Superman with armor on, I'd be like, why does he have armor on? Why does the Flash have armor on?
To me is somebody who needs to be wearing underwear.
The Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my opinion, like when I look at the Flash, I think the whole point of his character is not to get hit.
Correct.
Is he so fast?
Yes.
A Flash? You might even say?
Yeah, you don't need to be protected. Nothing's ever going to touch you. I need to be able to move.
If he's getting hit, he's doing something wrong.
Yep. But at the same point, now they're going to bring in the science of if he's moving that fast, like, what if something hits him? Like, even gravel.
Yeah.
You know, and then especially, too, the thing I loved, I don't know if it was Injustice 2 or Injustice 1, but they showed the Flash suiting up, and he already had giant treads on his shoes, but they put giant boots on him, and he got bigger treads on his boots, and I was like, that's going to make him run really fast. So I kind of like, I can see how they
So
go
much
either
traction.
way. Yeah, so much traction. So I can see it going either
Flash.
way.
It's more traction.
But I do agree
Give
that
Flash more traction.
I don't like how he's looking right now. I hope that that's a prototype something.
And the color scheme is cool, but I don't like there being so much black in my Flash.
Agreed. I want majority red.
Reds and yellows. I mean, like
Gold, whatever.
it's interesting how they're gonna have him have like a blue lightning. I'm fine with that, but I need my Flash to be red. I like him looking red. Like the one in the TV show, I think his costume looks like the coolest, and just that's my Flash right now. Like that's the Flash I can get behind.
Yeah, Grant Gustin's absolutely killing it right now.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot, we got that, and we're going to get a little bit more on Cyborg. He's going to get his own flick eventually, too, in the entire thing. But we haven't really gotten much about him at all, Victor Stone, so I'm excited to see how that plays out as well. And that's our Justice League, because Superman's still dead. We talked about Batman, Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's everybody.
I have some issues with, like, as far as Cyborg goes, like, I guess it might just be me where I'm just like, okay, he's a cool character and everything, but I don't think he needs something separate on his own. I think he's always been better with a team.
Yeah, I mean, especially the Titans, too. You know, I think that's weird that they're taking him out of the Titans altogether. You know, at least in the animated, they kind of brought him in, and he was the young kind of scout in the Justice League, and when they set up the Titans, you know, he still goes there for the weekends and to bring pizza and stuff, and it is a nice balance. But in this, you know, to see this kid, they are still playing him pretty young, you know, standing next to a Jason Momoa and a Henry Cavill and a Ben Affleck, you know, especially a grizzled one, it is going to be quite obvious that this guy is much younger than the rest of his teammates.
But, I mean, you also have to look at Ezra Miller. He's also a really young dude.
That's true.
But as far as Flash goes as a character, I think he can hold himself regardless. So as long as they pick a person who's good at acting as this one person, it should be fine. It's just that I don't feel like Cyborg is a good character for this, like the starting team for them to use. Like, in my opinion, like the starting Justice Leaguers should be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman. Cyborg could come in later after like proving himself with the Teen Titans.
Well, from what I understand, we are going to get a Cyborg movie in 2020.
And I don't think he needs one.
I mean, well, how do you feel about the rest of them? We have Wonder Woman this year, Aquaman next year, Shazam 2009, and then Cyborg and the Green Lantern Corps in 2020. My biggest problem out of all those is Shazam.
Because he's not called Captain Marvel?
Well, Captain Marvel, but they could have called him Captain DC, and I wouldn't have given a shit. Shazam is the guy that he gets his powers from. So he's really yelling that guy's name out. That's his own name now. Like, he yells that guy's name out to get his power, but that's his name. Also now.
I think that's
kind of confusing and stupid.
because I'm like, yeah, he gets his powers from this wizard, and I think it's good that he's like shouting, Shazam! I need your power, I need your help right now, and the wizard's like, gotcha, bro. But now he's calling himself Shazam. Yeah.
So he's yelling out his own name, or I don't get it. I never liked it. They could have picked any other name. I'd probably be okay with it, but that's the name that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but no, that all came from legal stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
His name was Captain Marvel.
A different name.
Yeah, but
And the guy who he's calling his name for power from. He's not Shazam. The guy who's calling you Shazam.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's just for in terms of marketing, they had to do that, and then to switch it back after they gained so much power with Shazam.
But he couldn't be called anything but Shazam.
What he's saying is that the name that they chose was just
shitty.
yeah, it's a bad
Oh,
choice.
sorry. Well, it's an acronym. It's the strength. It's Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mars.
But isn't that the wizard's name
The
too?
wizard
That's
he
as well,
calls
yeah.
the power for his name is Shazam. So why is he also named Shazam?
His name, he would have been fine with them calling this character Nicholas Philippek.
Yeah, they could have called him Bobby Bridges. His social security is no. But seriously, to me, that's the most name ever. Let's just call him Shazam.
What's his the kid's name?
Billy Batson.
Billy Batson. So Billy Batson could have been like Shazam, and then he turns into Nicholas Philippek, and he still looks like Captain Marvel. That would have been better than him being Shazam and then turning into Captain Marvel, but going by the name Shazam.
Which is the guy who called him to give me the power.
Yeah, but again, that's not how he was written. That's not the initial idea. It's a dumb idea now, but that's just because bullshit played out.
It would be like if Michael Jackson taught me how to dance, and then I shot Michael Jackson so that I can use my dance moves, but then I now go by the name Michael Jackson.
Right. That's my problem. Yeah.
I'm not Michael Jackson. Why am I going by this guy's name?
Yeah, exactly. Why does that make you become that person that you're actually still not that person?
The guy is actually. He's like, here, I'm going to let you use these powers.
It's also funny when you guys were saying what his name was. I mistakenly almost called him Billy Blanks, which is the guy who just tied up.
Oh, could you imagine if he actually played Shazam?
Yeah,
Just the Tybo dude, just like yeah. Like he's a little white boy. Got Shazam, and he turns to this big black guy.
In fact, that would be a better Shazam. If we had Shazam, and he ain't Billy Blanks.
Oh man, someone should make that an idea.
Something else there, Rick, that I wanted to bring up before we get out of here is that they did you bring up the Green Lantern Corps movie?
Yes.
Yeah, 2020.
What do you think about that?
I'm excited.
I want that.
Get enough respect.
Do we have actors for that yet?
No.
No.
As long as it's not Ryan Reynolds, we're okay.
I think he looked so good. I think he had the. Okay, so I guess we're going to go into one more topic before you leave, and it's about them choosing actors for certain roles, but then dropping them when they're in those roles. I think Ryan Reynolds was a perfect looking Hal Jordan. I was 100% behind Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker. But they just dropped these actors as these characters. And now the Amazing Spider-Man is worse. Like, I would say the first movie was slightly better than Spider-Man 3. The second movie was on par with Spider-Man 3. Another situation where they chose an actor that I was like, can he really do this? And I'm just curious about them seeing this actor pull it off with Jamie Foxx as Electro. I was like, oh man, they're using Jamie Foxx as Electro. I want to see how he does it. And the movie is fucking atrocious. They're using Gwen Stacy, and the movie's atrocious. Like, come on. Stop dropping these. Like, I like Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. I just do not like the fact that they dropped the ball with those movies. He looked cool.
He looked good.
Yes, he looked cool.
Oa looked good. I think Sinestro looked good. It lacked substance, and they said it's been said how many different times that there was no script and it was greenlit. They were in production and they didn't know how the movie was ending. There was no structure and they just kind of put things together and it just lacked substance.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it was a movie that lacked substance, and I think that there was cool things that were going on with him. First time he's using his powers and just him throwing on his suit with his friend, and it's like, oh man, like cool things that you would like to see in a superhero movie that you don't really get to see too much as far as superheroes go. Like, I'm a superhero now. You tell your best friend, and it's like, check it out, and it's like, boom.
That scene stands out in my head.
Those are good scenes. They just drop them with a shitty movie.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the new one. I think I put my choice in, and let me know if I'm crazy. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he could play a good Hal Jordan.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I think he's.
I mean, we did say before when we last recorded this episode that they were going to use both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Right, and for Jon Stewart, I think Donald Glover should do it. He's nerdy.
No, Idris Elba.
I think Bobby LaQuan Bridges should be.
No, I'm trying to beat out Donald Glover as Spider-Man.
He's nerdy.
He's nerdy.
But before, I know we didn't want to really talk too much about Suicide Squad because most of us didn't really care for it too much. But I did want to just throw out a quick shout out to that. I did like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn and Jared Leto as the Joker. I thought they both did a really great job. Apparently, Jared Leto never broke character when he was on set. He did all kinds of great prep. He spent time alone. He listened to 1920s gospel music. Apparently, it was like a really crazy preparation for the role, so I didn't want to just throw out those props.
Yeah, no, and he sent like dead rats to people and stuff. He really got into that.
Yeah, that last part was a little weird. And I feel like Will Smith was that shot, even though, like I said, people seem to think that Will Smith was back anymore. He's just.
Do we want to talk about Suicide Squad? Because this is what I feel. Like, as far as Suicide Squad goes, it wasn't a DC movie. It was a Will Smith movie.
Okay.
And that's kind of how, like, when you put Will Smith on the screen, he just kind of takes over. He's too charismatic.
He's too much of charm. Yeah, I can. When he's on the screen, it's all about him. It's okay. I'm glad that it's there. I said that it has nice shots in it, like good imagery. It's got its points, but in terms of connecting, I'm happy that it is where it is. But let's just leave it there. In terms of like we don't need to, like, not us, period, as in let's stop talking about it. Just when I say let us leave it there, I mean us as the WB. Like, all right, we made that. That was cool. We don't have to introduce these characters anymore.
Although I would like to see Batman go up against this Joker in his own movie, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was disappointed with how little Joker was in the movie.
I don't think he can be a secondary character like the way they tried to make him in that.
Yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, he did a really good job. I didn't get my fill. Like, yeah, I'm a Batman fan, so I want my Batman characters to get the spotlight.
And I am on record by saying Joker is my favorite villain.
Yeah, I would agree.
Favorite villain all time?
All time, yeah.
Yeah, he might be that for me as well.
All right. Anyway. What you got for me, Nick? You got any more?
No, I think that wraps it up for us. It's been a good episode. Meaty one, for sure.
Meaty.
Yeah, lots of meat. Apparently, you can like us on Facebook, Gluttons for Geekdom.
Mm-hmm.
Over on YouTube, also Gluttons for Geekdom. On Instagram, we're Gluttons #4 Geekdom. So Gluttons for Geekdom, but the number 4. And then Twitter, we are Gluttonous Geeks.
Yes.
It's Friday nights.
And should you want to actually talk to us, we have an email, gluttonsofgeekdom@gmail.com.
I'm guessing you can also message us on Facebook as well. Not sure.
We're available in a lot of places.
Talk to us, Dan.
Yes. So we got a couple of new things coming down the pike here.
The old docket.
Friday evenings at 8:30, we're going to be doing Mr. Classic's Combat Chronicles, featuring the WWE recap weekly show, pretty much, that we're going to be doing there. So that's going to be coming out soon. Bobby, anything new there tonight?
Well, for those of you who like Game of Thrones, I'm going to be talking about it. If you haven't watched the show, haven't read the books, I'm going to get you caught up for this new season coming up. It's probably going to be like a couple episodes a week, so because there's a lot of content, so you're going to be hearing a lot from me.
I'm excited, and I'm one of those people that needs to get caught up, so I'm going to be educated by the time you do this.
Yes, you will be. You all will be.
All right, everybody. I have been Nick James.
Bobby Deuce.
And the man with the plan, Ric and Nick.
Y'all have a good one.